I'm excited to share some great information. It's not going to take me very long at all, but I want to make sure we have some good energy, that we have a great time today. And the reason being, I may not get to see you again, right? We don't know if tomorrow's promised or if we'll ever meet again, or if our journeys, our paths will ever cross again. So I really want to make the best of this time that we have together, and I hope you do the same. Before I get started, guys, I'm going to ask you for two things. Two things, they're completely free. I'm just going to ask for them, okay? First thing, I want to make sure that you're tuned in and you're present in this moment. I know we have a lot of things going on that's probably pulling at our attention, but if you guys could just give me the next few minutes to just be tuned in to what we have going on, give me your undivided attention, I would definitely appreciate that. The second thing I'm going to ask you guys for is to have an open mind. That's all I'm asking for. Have an open mind. I understand we come from different backgrounds. We have different upbringing. Some of us were raised in different households, so we think a certain way. It's completely understandable. All I'm asking is for the next few minutes that you guys be open-minded with me, that I could talk to you guys freely. If you guys can do those two things for me, drop the number 2 in the chat for me. There's a chat box feature where we can communicate. Drop the number 2 for me and let me know you can do that. Perfect, perfect. I love it. I love it. Thank y'all so very much. That's all I'm looking for, right? Now, guys, before I get into this, I think it's fair that you all know I did not come from one of those households where we talked about money a lot. I won't pretend like we did. My mom, a single parent mother, she did an absolutely amazing job raising me and my sister. I salute my queen, my mom. She is my biggest cheerleader in the whole wide world. I love her to death. She didn't talk to me about money. I'll just be honest. We did not talk about that. We had a lot of love in this household, but we just didn't talk about money. We didn't talk about finances. We knew how to work and make money, but after we made money, we didn't really know what to do with it. So today, you guys are on the call to hear about how you can start investing in the largest financial market in the world. Now, I told you my background because I don't want to come on here pretending like I've had years of an inheritance or some type of teaching. 3 years ago, guys, I learned about this industry on accident. 3 years ago, it was on accident. Me and my husband have a photography and videography background. So we video people, right? And we got a phone call from Mr. David M. Monitia. He lives out here in Houston. He asked us to come by his home in Royal Oaks. Beautiful, beautiful home. Who would turn that down, right? And he said he wanted us to record him talking to a group of his peers and his colleagues about investing in this industry. Excuse me, guys. So when he did it, we were just working. I came just to work. I just wanted to film the information and go home. I'm being honest. And so he talks about people investing in the foreign exchange market. I had never heard of this before. He talked about the difference between the foreign exchange market and stocks. Like, I heard about stocks, but I just had not heard about foreign exchange. So I was completely confused as to what it was he was talking about. But I was working, right? I'm being nosy and working at the same time. So me and my husband are filming this. And after we're done filming, my husband says, you know what, Key, this is something that I want to do. He was like, I want to start investing in this industry. I said no. I'll be honest with you. I said no. And because I said no and he said yes, we had what most married folks or couples do when one person say yes and one say no. We argued, right? I was like, no, we're not doing that. He was like, yes, we are. Well, needless to say, he decided to do it anyway. He decided to start investing in this market without my permission, not that he needed it, but without me saying yes. He started doing it anyway. Guys, he took $20 out of our account. It wasn't a lot of money, but he took 20 bucks out of our account. He put it in a broker account. He grew that 20 bucks to like $30 in a couple of minutes. Honestly, I was not impressed. I'm just being real with y'all. I didn't see it. I didn't understand it. I was just like, okay, good for you, $30, that's great. And then he said something like this. He said, when's the last time we put $20 in our bank account and we came back and it was $30? When's the last time it did that? Just in a couple of minutes. And the truth was, it had never done that, right? And so for him, he didn't just see $20 to $30. He saw that he could take $200 to 300 bucks, that he could take $2,000 to $3,000. That's what he saw. He had vision, right? Me, on the other hand, I didn't. I wasn't open-minded, which is why I asked you guys to be open-minded. See, what I did was I said, you know what? I got my photography and videography business. I love doing that. However, if I'm not working, I'm not making money. So I would like to do something a little more stable. I went and got a 9-to-5, making $18 an hour as a leasing consultant. I felt like I had made it. I hit it big. My 18 bucks an hour in Texas is big money, right? And so I'm working my 9-to-5, and 6 months into my husband investing and learning the skill, he takes $200, puts it in an account, and grows it to $4,400 in less than 18 hours. Here was the issue that I had. Here was my issue. Guys, he had just made in a day what it took me a whole month to make. And so although I wasn't impressed by the $30 that he made the first time, for me to see that he had made livable income in a day, pressing buttons from his phone, he caught my attention. And I had to have a real conversation with myself. And the real conversation I had to have with myself was, what is the difference between you and your husband? So y'all got the same bank account. Y'all graduated from the same high school. Y'all been married for almost 10 years. So what's really the difference? And the truth of the matter is, what was different between me and my husband is when he saw this information I'm going to share with you guys today, he took action. I didn't. That was the only difference. And so February 2018, I decided to take action. I decided to get tapped in. My first week of learning this skill and starting to trade, guys, I took $428 and I grew it to 1,200 bucks in 3 days. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to be your story. I'm only telling you that when I decided to take action on the information, I got some results. So I'm going to share with you guys what it is that I saw 3 years ago. And again, you said you would be open-minded. So if you're ready to see this information, I want you guys to drop the number 1 in the chat for me. Go ahead and drop the number 1 in the chat for me. Let me know that you are ready. You are ready to see what it is that we have going on, because I'm ready to share with you all. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be sharing my screen. For those of you that are on my Facebook, you won't be able to see my slides, my personal Facebook. You won't be able to see my slides. However, if you go over to my husband's Facebook, you will be able to see the slides if you would like to see what everybody else is about to see, right? Y'all give me 1 second. I want to make sure I can see it. There we go. Back here. And open. Now I'm going to need you guys to just let me know that you can see what I see in just a second. I'm going to need you all to let me see that you can see what I see. All right. If you can see my screen right now, I want you guys to drop the number 2 in the chat for me. If you can see my screen right now, just drop the number 2 in the chat for me, so I know that you can see it. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So let me explain something to you guys, something that I learned when I was 19, right? Now, this was on the presentation, but I had heard about it when I was 19, many, many years ago. It's the cash flow quadrant. Now, I don't know if you're familiar, but there's a gentleman by the name of Mr. Robert Kiyosaki. He is a real estate guru, a financial guru. He writes a lot of books and he talks about money, right? He wrote the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He wrote that book and he talked about the cash flow quadrant. It's basically the way that money moves through our economy. He broke it down into 4 different categories. The first category that he talked about is being an employee, where you work for someone else. He says 60% work for somebody else as an employee. Then you have the self-employed quadrant. This is where 35% of workers work for themselves. They own their own job. It's just them. They're able to create their hours. They're able to know how much money they're gonna make. It's them. They work for themselves, right? Now, I'm not a big numbers person, but I'm gonna tell you what I saw when I saw these numbers. Basically, what Mr. Robert Kiyosaki said is between the employee, somebody that works for somebody else, and the self-employed individual that works for themselves, they make up 95% of the working class. 95%. But then he said only 5% of the wealth cash flows through that side of the quadrant. Only 5%. What does that look like to you and I? Why does that matter? If it was 95 of us in a room and we threw up $5, what's the likelihood that everybody would get $1? See, that 95% of us working this type of way is equivalent to how many of us are going to retire financially free if this is all we do. If it's only 5% cash flow on that side of the quadrant, what's the likelihood that all of us are going to retire financially free? See, if you look at just people you know, I can, in my household, in my family, when I look at my great aunts, my uncles, my grandparents, and I ask, hey, they worked for, some of them for themselves, some of them worked for an employee. At the end of their retirement, I still hear complaints of, I'm on a fixed income. I still hear these things. I still hear, hey, I gotta go get a part-time job because I retired, but after I retired, I didn't have the money that I needed to continue living the life I thought I was gonna be able to live. So that's why these numbers made sense that Mr. Robert Kiyosaki was talking about. But then there's another side of the quadrant, the other two ways that people make money that he brought up, that most of us were not taught how to actually participate in them. So you got your business owners. They make up 4% of the working class. And then you have your investor. They make up 1%. Your investors are people that have found a way for money to work for them. Business owners have found a way to employ other people to work a system for them so they don't have to work as much. So anytime, if you guys think about it, think of like your hairstylist. When a hairstylist does hair, they can make crazy amounts of money. However, if they're not working, they don't make money. Unless they have a salon and they recruit other hairstylists and then they get a commission from the styles that hairstylist does. That's when they become a business owner. So business owners have found a way to employ people to work a system. 4% of the working class are business owners. And then you have those investors. Those investors, like I said, that's 1%. They have found a way for money to work for them. They don't employ people. They employ money. And money never sleeps. It never takes a day off. It never gets tired. It never has to call in or go on vacation. Money works 24 hours, 7 days a week if you have the knowledge on how it works. But here's what, again, that picture, because I'm a visual person. If y'all think about it, it's 5% of the working class that are business owners and investors. But 95% of the cash flow is on the right side of that quadrant. What does that mean to you and I? That means if it was 5 people in a room and we threw up $95, what's the likelihood that everybody would get a piece of the pie? So today, what we're gonna talk about as we discuss investing and we discuss business ownership, we're gonna be talking about how you can continue doing whatever it is that you love that you do. You love your job, you love your business that you have, that you own, keep doing that. But if you're only getting access to 5% of the wealth, you gotta include some type of investing or business ownership to your portfolio so you can get access to 95% of the cash flow that we've been missing out of. If you guys are ready to see how you can do that in the largest financial market in the world, drop the number 3 in the chat for me. Drop the number 3 in the chat for me because I'm gonna break it down the way that I saw it. It's gonna be simple. But before I do that, perfect. Listen, I want y'all to write this down if you're taking notes. The investing that I'm talking about has absolutely nothing to do with you paying me or the person that got you on the call off of your profits. They're not making money off of you investing. I want you to write that big, huge, because some people miss that. I tell them the information and they like, Well, how they're making money? Are they making money off my investment? I want you to write it down, biggest day. Whoever got you on this call, including myself, will not be making any money off of your investing. Write that down, okay? Whatever profits you make, if you take action, that's completely in your hands. We got it? So let's talk about it, guys. See, 3 years ago, like I said, I didn't come from a household that talked about money. But when we filmed, we were filming for a company, or Mr. David and Monitia, but he was talking about this company, I'm Mastery Academy. See, I'm Mastery Academy actually educates individuals on how to participate in the largest financial market in the world, which is Forex. See, we know about stocks. We know about real estate. But stocks is a $22 billion a day industry. Forex is a $6.6 trillion a day industry. There's a huge difference between B and T. We're talking about $6.6 trillion a day. It's an industry that's been around for many years, but up until I'll say 2008 maybe, a lot of us couldn't participate in it unless we had $300,000 to buy in. See, now it's been deregulated. We don't need that much capital at all to participate. I told you guys, my husband started a broker account, put $20 in. So now you don't have to have $300,000 to participate in that market, but you want to know who puts their money there. See, I found it interesting that the banks, the government, the hedge funds, and insurance companies all invest in the foreign exchange market. I also got the information 3 years ago of why every time we go to the bank, they tell us to open up a savings account. I hate to bust the bubble or be the bearer of bad news, but the reason why the bank is always so eager for you to open up a savings account with them, the reason they want to hold your money so safely for you, and then they tell you, I'm going to give you some interest at the end of the year, is because our savings account is the bank's investment account. See, that interest doesn't just appear out of nowhere. The only way they're able to give us interest on our money is they invest our money together in markets like the foreign exchange market. They make huge profits and then they give us pennies. Ask yourself, in the last 10 years of you putting money in your bank account, how much interest have you made? How much interest have you made just putting your money in the bank account and letting them take care of it for you? I know what my numbers look like. I was highly unimpressed. So I can only imagine. I had a gentleman that works for a very large corporation, bank, and he said one of his clients has $125,000 in his savings account, and they're giving him about a 2% return on that money. About. So now we're talking about not just waiting for somebody else to multiply your money for you and give you the profits, because I guarantee you the bank doesn't care that much. They're in business to make money. And the money that they make, they keep it. And they have their ways of giving it to the people that they want to. Today, we're talking about you being able to participate in the exact same market that the bank is participating in so that you can multiply your own money as long as you have the right education. So that's what we're doing here. We're offering you guys the information. I'm going to show you how we do it. But you also want to know what is traded in the foreign exchange market. A lot of people miss this. In the Forex market, what's exchanged is currency. That's it. You take one country's currency and you exchange it for another country's currency. You do it at the right time, and then you make a profit because you exchanged it at the right time. I'll give you a visual. If we had $1,000 and we went out of the country, let's just say we're going to London. If we go to London, we cannot use US money in London. We have to use the Great British Pound. So there's something called the exchange booth. You have probably seen one. If you've been to the bank, there's an exchange booth there. If you've been to the mall, there's a currency exchange booth there. If you've been to the airport, there's a currency exchange booth there. That is what this market that we're talking about, that's where you see it with your eyes physically. See, let's say we go, we give them $1,000 and the currency exchange booth lady says, you know what? The exchange rate is for every $2, we're going to give you 1 Great British Pound. We give her 1,000 US. She gives us back 500 Great British pound. Let's say we come back to the United States. When we get back here, guys, we cannot spend Great British pound, right? We have to exchange our money back. But when we go to exchange our money back, something has happened to where the exchange rate is changed. That's something. Let me explain that something to you right now. I want you to write this down. Our currency is not just worth $1 or a $5 bill or a $10 bill or a $20 bill. That's not how our currency is calculated. But every time something happens in the economy, the value of our money either goes up or it goes down. If you know what to do and how to do it, you know how to make money if the currency value goes up or if the currency value goes down. And that's not just in the US, that's in every country. Anytime something is happening in their economy, good or bad, their money fluctuates. And if you exchange their money to maybe a currency that's doing a little better, you can always make a profit if you know what you're doing. So let's just say when we got back here, they told us that the exchange rate was different. Instead of it being every 2 US dollars equals 1 Great British pound, now they tell us that every 4 US dollars equals 1 Great British pound. Remember, class, we had 500 Great British pound. We give them 500 Great British pound. They give us back 2,000 US dollars. We just made $1,000 profit by doing absolutely nothing but exchanging currency at the right time so that we can make money. Another thing you want to write down is you don't have to go to the currency exchange booth to do this anymore. Now you can exchange currencies from the comfort of your home as long as you have a computer, internet access, and the right information. You can even do it from your phone. Remember I told you guys my husband made that 4,400 bucks from pushing buttons? He did it on his phone, right? Let's talk about how it works. See, first the company put together a mastery academy called High Frequency Forex. High Frequency Forex, this is dealing with that $6.6 trillion a day industry. But you can make money in minutes in this industry. It's binary options. Some of us are familiar with it, right? Some of us have never heard of it before. In this industry, you can make money in minutes. You're exchanging currencies at the right time. You can make money in minutes. You just got to know what you're doing. So the company put together some videos. They're like 2 minutes long. Some of them about 3 minutes long. They're not long at all, and they're super digestible. But then they put together some hands-on mentorship to help you know when to get in a trade and when to get out. See, the videos, I gotta tell y'all, they're gonna tell you what a call is. C-A-L-L, call. Not a hard word, not even a new word, but we're using it in a new way. So it's not difficult information. We just haven't heard what a call was. Then they're gonna tell us what a put is about, P-U-T. Not hard, just new. I want you guys to understand that. That's our High Frequency Mastery Academy, money in minutes. If you're taking notes, right on side, money in minutes. Then you have the Digital Currency Mastery Academy. This is for people that are interested in learning about Bitcoin. You want to understand the trend of cryptocurrency. You want to know what it's all about. What's Ripple? You want to know what these things are about? That's going through the Digital Currency Academy. Guys, when my husband took that 200 US dollars to 4,400 US dollars, he was trading Bitcoin. He didn't buy it. He didn't buy it and hold it. What he did was traded it. Every time Bitcoin's price went up, he bought. Every time Bitcoin's price went down, he sold. He did that all through the day, buying and selling, to where he grew it from 200 to 4 grand. That was this industry. You can learn about it here. Then you have the original Forex Academy. When I told you guys I took 428 bucks and I turned it to $1,200 in about 3 days, that was dealing with Forex. The same thing as high frequency Forex, it just doesn't move as fast. Still powerful, still get your goals accomplished. They just move like different animals, right? Same family, different speeds. That's it. So the first thing that we're giving you in all 3 academies is the language. You got to know how money talks. You got to know what the vocabulary is. What's a buy? What's a sell? What's an uptrend? What's a downtrend? What's consolidation? None of these terms are hard. My 10-year-old daughter has watched these videos. She trades on her own. She knows what this stuff means. So it's very digestible. That's the first thing that we're giving you guys, the vocabulary. The second thing that we're giving you is hands-on mentorship. See, I'm a hands-on person. I need somebody to tell me where to push this button, when not to push this button. I need to be able to ask questions. I need to be able for somebody to talk to me. I'm millennial, but I'm still old school. I like to talk to people. I like hands-on mentorship. That's the second thing that we're giving you guys. Somebody that can guide you through why they take trades or why they do not. That's your hands-on mentorship. You got access to watch these videos all throughout the week. You can set it to your schedule. And if you just so happen to miss a mentorship event, you can always go back and watch the recording and look at the questions that you may have missed as well. It's available for you. The third thing that we're going to give you as a company is a tool. We're going to give you a tool to help you apply what you're learning. So this is the personal trade assistant. You guys see this on your screen. The personal trade assistant saves you time. No, you don't have to sit in front of a computer screen and watch charts move up and down. We're not doing that. Nobody wants to do that. We love our lives. We want to be able to enjoy our family time. So the personal trade assistant looks at the market for you. It tells you when it's time to get into a trade and when it's time to get out of a trade. All you have to do is take about 5 minutes to look at your personal trade assistant, and it's going to tell you whether it's time to buy, time to sell, time to call, or time to put. Whatever it tells you to do, all you got to do is press a couple of buttons. Can you copy and paste? That's really what the question is. Can you copy and paste what the personal trade assistant is handing you out to actually do? This is our harmonic scanner, what you can see on the screen. But the reason why we're giving you this information, the 3 different ways that we do, is because we want you to learn and earn on the go. We do not want to just sign you up for a course, give you some videos, tell you to go watch some recordings, and then hope that you figure out how to make money. That is not what we're doing here. I say this with love, guys. I gotta tell you this. We are not the only company that's teaching this information. We're not the only place where you can find out about Forex. We're not the only place that you can find out about binary options. But I will tell you this, we are the best. And the reason why I say we're the best is because over the last 3 years, not only has our life changed, but over 30,000 other customers that have started trading with us have the same type of results. They see that we want everybody to learn and earn on the go. We do not want you just taking a course. And everybody that has said, you know what, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna go do it on my own. I'm gonna go partner with this company, whatever. Every time that they've done that, they've always come back and said, hey, can we partner with y'all? We wanna see what this is. And they've always been more happy when they've come back with us. That's what we've seen because we want people to learn and earn. I'm gonna say this, guys, before I move over to the next slide. I don't believe knowledge is power. I've showed you guys about this industry. I've told you guys about the 3 different ways that we're gonna help you learn this information and earn money. I've told you how we're gonna do that, but I don't believe knowledge is power. I believe applied knowledge is power. I know people that know a lot of things, but their life does not reflect what they know because they just collect information, but they never apply it. This is your opportunity to apply. If you guys are excited about learning and earning on the go, I want you to drop the number 3 in the chat. If you are excited about learning and earning on the go, I want you to drop the number 3 in the chat. Perfect. See, all you gotta do, you've already made the decision to say, I'm ready. Hey, Kiana, I'm ready. I can get started, I'm ready. And I'm gonna tell you guys, you have some options on how you actually wanna participate with us as a company. See, I'm gonna go ahead and advise you, if possible, to get started with the Elite Pack. The Elite Pack is gonna give you the Forex Academy, the HFX Academy, that Money in Minutes, and the Digital Currency Academy. It's gonna give you all three for $325. And it's one time, $325, after 30 days, if you decide that you love what you're doing, there is no contract, but you can become a monthly membership holder and keep all of your products for $275. A lower cost, you lose absolutely nothing. You're getting the vote, you're getting the academies, you're getting the hands-on mentorship, and you get to keep the personal trade assistant to make sure that you're learning and earning on the go. You get all three of those in the Elite Pack. Now, if you're the person that says, you know what, I can't afford that just yet. I gotta work myself up to that. You got options to get in where you fit in. You can take any course separately if you would like. The Forex Academy is $235, one time, 30 days access, all of the products that you need, still the hands-on mentorship, still your personal trade assistant, still your Mastery Academy for Forex. You get all of that, and if you want to do it monthly, it's $175. High frequency Forex, same three things that you get with the other products, but they're just pertaining to high frequency Forex. And then you have your Digital Currency Academy, $235 as well, $175 a month if you decide after your first 30 days that you want to continue that on a monthly basis. So you just got to get in where you fit in. I've told you guys at the beginning, I know some people may have just got on, anything that you make, any money that you make trading has absolutely nothing to do with the person that got you on the call or even myself. We don't make money from what you make out of your profits. We're gonna educate you. We're gonna make sure you know how to learn and earn. We're gonna give you the hands-on mentorship. We're gonna make sure you guys get results. That's what we are here for. But once you get your results, nobody is gonna say, hey, give me a cut of your profits. That's not how this works, okay? Want you guys to understand that. But the company says, if you like what you see, if this makes sense, if you enjoy this membership, this course, you can share it with other people. If you share it with 2 individuals and they get started taking the course with us, you get your monthly membership waived for free as long as they are taking the course. No, you don't have to get 2 people every month. If you get 2 individuals that continue taking the course, as long as they are taking this course, your monthly membership is free, so you can learn and earn without having to come out of pocket. That's what we have in place for people that are loyal customers that refer other loyal customers. So guys, I'll talk to you about the investing portion of our business. It had absolutely nothing to do with you becoming a top salesman or anything like that, or you having to give people money. It had nothing to do with that. I talk to you guys strictly about investing in the largest financial market in the world. The second portion that you guys are going to hear about, please write this down on your notes. It's completely optional, but for the people that are business owner minded, you want to stay in and tapped in for this part. Now, if you're not a business minded individual, that's not what you like to do, only focus on the investing part. Don't even worry about the business ownership part. But if you're a business owner mindset person, make sure you stay tuned, because my husband, the guy that I told no to, the guy that I kicked and screamed and said, we're not doing this, he's going to talk to you guys how he was not just only able to help us learn how to multiply our money, but how because he started sharing this information rapidly with so many individuals that the company start compensating him per referral. They start paying him residually. And because he didn't stop, even when he was learning, he got to a place to where now him getting started has led to over 30,000 other customers getting started. I don't know if you guys understand that. If you're a business owner, you're realizing that 30,000 people have gotten started learning how to invest in this industry just because you said, hey, I'm about to launch this and really grow my business. That's life-changing for so many people. And so I'm excited because he's going to come up and share with the business-minded individuals how you can actually be successful with what the company has. We have a great idea. We have a great system, but you just have to have an open mind and hear what he talks about So I hope you all are ready as I share my love, my honey, Chairman 25, Mr. D.L. Woods.
Come on, girl. Let's get it. Hey, family, how you guys doing? What's going on? My wife did an incredible job talking about the business side, well, the product side of our company. What makes us us, right? What makes us unique? What makes us, number one, legal, right? This is a new industry. It's a new industry. If she did a great job, go ahead, drop the number 1 in the chat for me. Drop the number 1 in the chat for me if she did a great job explaining the overall system on trading, the 3 different academies. All right, perfect. People saying excellent job, Q, right? All right, cool. Well, hey, listen, I want to talk to you guys about the business. I want to talk to you guys about, number 1, I'm going to talk to you guys about the mindset first. Then I'm going to talk to you guys about the business, because if the mindset isn't right, the business doesn't even matter, right? I always like to start off with a different title to the one that, the different calls that I do. And I'm going to say, some people some days are going to be other people's every days. Some people some days are other people's every days. Some people some days are other people's every days. You see, someday I'm going to be able to actually have the financial independence that I need, right, to live the lifestyle that I truly want. Guys, I'm telling you right now, when you're in a position where you can make money in minutes, you no longer have to report to somebody else to actually grant you a raise. You no longer have to report to somebody else to make what you used to make in a year, you can make in a month. What you used to make in a month, you can make in a week, or sometimes even in a day, all right? So I want to let you guys know that with this business, you're going to be able to change a lot of things real quick. Write this down. We were programmed to think, we were programmed to work from the neck down, not the neck up. We say go to school, get a good education, get a good job. That's what we were programmed to do. You see, when you go to school, get a good education, and get a good job, that simply means that you're going to work for somebody for the rest of your life, right? Now, here's the real. We don't want to be in the 40-40-40 plan anymore. You see, back in the old days, it was okay to be on somebody's job, somebody's clock, going ahead and just, you know what I'm saying, doing that 40 hours a week, doing the 40 hours a week for 40 years of your life, to retire to get a gold watch. That was the old school way. But hey, do you guys understand that a gentleman by the name of Mark Zuckerberg simply said this: I can drop out of school in college at Harvard, I can create an app and become a multi-billionaire. He changed the game and mindset. So what I want to do, guys, I want to give you guys a new diet, introduce a new diet to you with how to make money, because we've only been programmed on how to exchange time for money, right? That's the only way we've been programmed to do so. So hopefully you guys are ready. If you're ready to talk about business and talk about how you can make a 6-figure annual, or a 6-figure semi-annually, or 6-figure quarterly, or 6-figure weekly income, drop the number 10 in the chat. Drop the number 10 in the chat. Drop the number 10 in the chat. All right? Cool. Let's go. Now, this is how it goes. Become a business partner, an independent business owner. This is how it goes. You see, our company says, you know what? My wife talked about the elite package, how you can actually make $50 for compensation, right? We say conversation creates compensation. Or you can be in a position where you're doing DCX, F4X, or HFX. Anytime you get one of those customers, you're going to be able to get $25. Now, understand that every business is in business to actually gain more customers. That's just period, point blank, the end, right? Here's what you got to understand. I love this movie called Baby Boy. How many of y'all remember that movie called Baby Boy? He said in the beginning, Tyrese Gibson was talking to his good homeboy P. He said that I figured it all out. He said, everything moves through transactions. He said, how many millionaires are you wearing today? I can count 3. He said, aren't you tired of wearing millionaires and start wanting to be a millionaire? He said, you know what? I can either be a buyer or a seller, and I want to be a seller, because buyers don't make as much as sellers do. We've been taught how to actually buy stuff versus sell stuff. You ever hear somebody talking, they say, you know what? I don't want to sell anything. Well, hey, listen, you have just spoke that you're going to be on the lower end of the income stream if you don't want to sell anything. But everybody, every single day, you're in a position where you're selling yourself on ideas. You're in an argument. You're selling your thought versus somebody else's thought. You in a marriage, you had to sell her on actually getting with you and spending the rest of her life with you or him. In a situation, anytime you're at a job interview, You're selling yourself. Hey, listen, change the way you look at things, and the things you look at will change. This is what happens. You got compensation as far as the hourly, you got salary, and then you have what's called commission. Let's break those three down before we go even further. Hourly, like we said, the more money you want to make, the more time you got to spend away from your family. That's the first one. The second one, salary. Everybody wants a salary. That's because guess what? No matter how little or how long you work, you're still going to get paid that same amount of money. But if you're in a position where you actually have to take work home with you, like let's just say an educator or something like that, hey, guess what happens? If you have to create a lesson plan and have to take work home so that you can actually grade papers, and that means the longer you work, the less you get paid hourly. But if you're in a situation where you say, you know what, hey, I'm on commission. Most people say, you know what, I don't want to do commission because if I don't do any work, I don't get paid. Guys, understand that the most highest paid individuals, they're on commission. Rappers, commission. They get paid per CD, per show, right? Doctors, per client. Dentists, per tooth, right? CPAs, per tax write-off, right? I mean, per tax preparation. People that do commission, they get paid fee for service because they understand, I don't want to get paid for the hour. Yuck. I want to get paid for the amount of value I put in the hour. Do you guys understand that? I want to get paid for my value. I want to get paid for the amount of efforts I put into the hour. Let me just show you guys how this works. It's 77 people on this call. If everybody gets a platinum or elite package, that's 77 times 50. I talk for an hour and get compensated 77 times 50. Does that make common sense to you guys? But if I only got paid for the hour, I got paid $25 for this whole hour. That's not lit, okay? So let me go ahead and talk to you guys about how you can actually go on. That's the upfront income. I'll talk to you guys about how you can make what's called a residual income. A young lady, when I was 18 years old, she told me this. The reason why most people aren't rich is because they don't have a residual income. She says, remember this for the rest of your life, DL. She says, rich stands for residual income creates happiness. Residual income creates happiness. What does that mean? That means you want to have more money coming in than money going out. That means you want to be able to be in a position where you're making money while you sleep. Because see, if you don't make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. So, sheesh. What you mean I'm going to work until I die? What does that mean? She says, you understand how some people don't fail to plan, they just plan to fail? I mean, fail to plan, they just plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. She says, do you understand that those people that are at Walmart or Target they're on the market ministry, they didn't plan to be there. However, they only made money by exchanging time for money. They didn't have a plan where they had residual income coming in. So let's talk about how you can have residual income coming in. When the company says that when you have 3 active paying customers on the books, you're going to make Platinum 150. That means that you're going to have $150 a month coming in as long as somebody is on the books. You see, that's kind of like me saying, you know what? I sell the world's best charger, right? Here's the world's best charger. Now, in order for you to buy this charger, you're going to be in a place where you have to pay me a set amount of money. And every month, you're going to have to pay me as well to continue to use it. Kind of like your cell phone bill. You are someone else's residual income. You know what baffles me? We're okay with being somebody else's residual income, but when it's time for us to step in the position of earning a residual income, that sounds too good to be true. That looked like one of them things. That is beneath me. No, you are somebody else's residual income. When your 3 customers grow to a team of 12, you're in a position where you're making $600 a month. Now watch this. Most people say that sounds too good to be true as well. I want to give you some business principles to actually look up. A gentleman by the name of J. Paul Getty, he was one of the first recorded billionaires. He said that I would rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts versus 100% of my own efforts. I would rather have 1% of 100 people efforts versus 100% of my own efforts. I would rather take a small piece of 100 people's work ethic versus 100% of my own work ethic. What does that mean, DL? That means that if 10 people die or get sick, I still got 90% of my income coming in. But if I die or get sick, my income stops for my family. J. Paul Getty. Now, here's the real about that. That means that, you know what? A CEO doesn't create a business to have another job. A CEO does not create a business to have a job. A CEO creates a business so that their income can go up and their time can go up. I want to have more time. Time is the most valuable asset that I cannot get back, right? So here's how I do this. As a CEO, I have the ability to hire, train, develop people to work a business so I don't got to be there. McDonald's is a business that's created, that's ran by 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds because they have a system that works. The CEO does not step foot, the franchise owner does not step foot in the McDonald's because of the system that's at work. They at the golf course teeing off while you at your job teed off. That's how systems work. That's what CEOs do. Put yourself in a position where you can do what's called make money off of OPE, other people's efforts. Other people's efforts. Write that down. The reason why you feel exhausted. The reason why you feel like this year I ain't getting ahead no more than I was last year. The reason why you feel like this bank account looked like the same bank account last year is because you can't get out of debt with the same income you got in debt with. You can't get out of debt with the same income that you got in debt. You see, you're a creature of habit. You're a human. You either got to do one or two things. You got to spend less or make more. That's the only way you're going to come out of the situation. And guess what? Spending less is harder to do. It's easier to make more money. When that 3 grows to a team of 12, you're making $600 a month. $600 a month. That's $150 extra every single Friday. Now, if you knew what I knew, you would do what I do. Guys, $150 put it into an HFX account, and I can make literally $20 to $50 within a matter of 13 to 15 minutes. I now just reclaimed a lot of the time that I was usually working $13 to $15 an hour for. Do that every single day. Do that every single day. You got yourself an additional $2,000 a month. It just makes too much sense, right? Here's the deal. When your organization grows from 12 to a team of 30 now, you're in a position where you're making $1,000 a month, $250 every Friday, $1,000 a month. Let's just say that you're getting, I don't know, $100 a day. That's light. $100 a day with $1,000 in your account. 20 trading days. Let's just say you don't even trade on the weekends. 20 trading days. That's an extra $2,000 a month. Guys, the organization is going to continue to grow without you because here is the fact that I want you guys to understand. People, when they are exposed and they believe in the business, they're going to run without you. I'm going to say it like this. When people get in this business and they can see their dreams being accomplished through this business, they're going to run whether you run or not. I love it. Why? Because it's been proven. They're going to get started through you, but not because of you. You don't know what people been praying for at night. You don't know what bills are overdue. You don't know what vacations have been delayed multiple times. You don't know how people are tired of telling them, telling your kid that little speech before you go into Walmart. Don't ask for nothing, don't touch nothing. People are tired of doing that because they don't got the money. But guess what? Put them in this situation where they can see their goals being achieved, they'll run straight past you. You don't got to have all the time. You got to just have the person with the most time on your team. You don't have to know everybody. Just have the person who knows everybody on your team. You don't have to have a big level of influence. Just have the person that has a big level of influence on your team. You don't have to be Michael Jordan. You just got to have Michael Jordan on your team to get a ring. Here's how it goes. The organization can continue to grow without you. You may only talk to 3, but through those 3 individuals, you have people that come on same day, get a result, and guess what? They are making money. They share with other individuals. That team of 30 grows to a team of 75. Let's say it takes 2 months. Who cares? That's $2,000 extra that's coming in every single month. That's $500 every single Friday. Let's say that team of 75, because they're making money, they're excited. They're telling other people about it. That team of 75 can grow to a team of 225. You're now in a position where you're making $5,000 a month. That's $1,250 every Friday. Good Lord. If you have $1,250 in your brokerage account and you just get 10% a session, that's an hour. It's $125 an hour. I'm telling you, You different. Your body different. You move different. You respect money totally different now. No, I don't have to wait. You know what's depressing? I remember being on the other side of money. When I wanted some shoes, I had to calculate how many hours, how many paychecks I had to put up before I got the shoes. I was making $12 an hour. If I want these shoes that are $200, I gotta work over 24 hours in order for me to get the shoes. That's before Uncle Sam take out his piece. Now, I literally get on a live session with people, make $200 within a matter of 15 to 20 minutes, get the shoes. I withdraw from the broker, have my money within an hour. It's different, your body different, right? Going to the situation where you now have 500 people in your organization. 500 people in your organization, you're making $10,000 a month, $2,500 every Friday. The organization continues to grow. You're now at a Chairman 25 position like me and my wife, where you're making $6,250 every Friday, and we're about to hit this Chairman 50 position. Chairman 50 my body before 7-11, 2020. That means you're now gonna make $12,500 every single Friday. You know how you do that? By helping other people get to where they wanna go. I have people right now that's on the cusp of making $5,000 every single month, $2,000 extra, $1,000 extra. And guess what? We're helping them get to where they want to. This is the perfect structure. This is how corporate America should be. In order for your check to go up, you got to find other people to help their check go up. When I understood that concept at the young age of 18, I was coachable. I listened to what this dude told me to do every single day because I said, in order for your check to go up, you mean to tell me you got to help me make more money? Done. I understand you're not going to tell me anything that I don't supposed to do to make extra money because it's attached to you. You have a fiduciary responsibility in my success. The top position in our company, guys, is $30,000 customers worldwide. That means you're making $125,000 every single Friday. $600,000. Listen, $6 million a year is your base income. $6 million a year is your base income. Guys, tell me right now, real quick, which job at the job fair that you can qualify for to make $1 million a year? Which job, which application, which coursework do we have to take? Which direction did our career advisor point us to that we can make $1 million? And so with that being said, in order for you to get different results, you have to do different things, all right? So no matter how good or how bad we do this presentation, there's always 3 types of people that are looking at this information. Person number 1 says, you know what? I'm about to log off. He ain't doing nothing but talking about recruiting people. That person will forever be recruited. You see, that's the only 2 people. You're either on the side of recruiting people or you're being recruited. They just call them job interviews. We're recruiting. But guess what? The recruited people, they're always going to be told how much they're worth. They're never going to determine how much they're worth. They're never going to be in a position where they can demand a raise. You're always going to be in a position where somebody else can tell you no. And that's what I don't want to be. I don't want you to be in that position. You see, when you recruit, you're in control of your income. You see, the best part about what it is that we do, we have a perfect marriage. We got one income that has nothing to do with recruiting. And then we have an income that's based on maximizing our efforts and getting a residual income based off of other people in recruiting. That right there is beautiful. Why do I say that? Because our customers make money. Do you understand? If your customers make money by utilizing your product, you will forever have a customer, which means you will forever have a residual income, which means that even when outside is closed, you can still make a residual income. Today, we still got paid, and I haven't left my house. You understand that philosophy, you're in a position where you're going to be profitable all the time. I can't say it's recession proof, but let me just say, these times ain't hard. These times ain't easy, but we still getting paid. I can't say anything about the overall economy right now because of, regulators and stuff right now. I just can say that we haven't missed a check. We haven't missed a check. And so with that being said, guys, you're person number 2. You're somebody that say, you know what, I got a couple questions. I have some questions that I need to get answered. You have just challenged the way my big mama thought, my mama thought, and my dad and my granddad. So because you challenged the way that they thought and the way they instilled in me, I got a couple questions. Let me go ahead and soak this up. Let's go ahead and get my questions answered. Get back to the person that got you onto this call. Let them know that you're ready to get your questions answered. But if you person number 3, you like me, I need to do something different. I've been begging. I've been praying for something different. I prayed for something different, and guess what? It came in me. It came to me in the package that I was not expecting. You see, I'm gonna let you guys. I don't mean to push my faith on anybody, but let me explain to you guys how God works. I don't mean to push my faith. Whatever God you believe in, that's the one I'm talking about. When I was in 2013, I was donating plasma for gas money. 7 months of my life, I was donating plasma for gas money. You can go check the records. I'll post it today. Donating plasma for gas money and just being introduced to the fact that we got a kid coming up. Oh my God, another kid, right? We already got one kid, and now we got another kid that's coming. This is what happened. I said, you know what, God, if you give me something, I'm gonna run with it. That was back in 2013. 2013 happened. I started making 6 figures 6 months after somebody DM'd me on Facebook about a business, a network marketing opportunity. 6 months later, we was making 6 figures. I wrote that business 2014. I picked up a camera to start lifestyling because I couldn't believe what was going on in my life, right? Started picking up the camera, started documenting, taking videos, taking pictures, traveling around the world, doing this thing just to show my people that this stuff is possible. This isn't a scam that everybody wants you to believe that it is. If you put the work in, it works. Work works, right? Literally in 2015, a CEO, businesses are ran by people. Sometimes people make dumb decisions. So what happened was that business, it went out of business. Me and my wife, we said, you know what? We're going to continue our photography and videography business, and we're going to make sure that at least people that's in this industry still see it as if the good industry that it is. Somebody just made a dumb decision. We had a 6-figure income, a 6-figure lifestyle. The 6-figure income went away. The 6-figure lifestyle went away. Went back to living with my mama, my mother-in-law, right? Here's what happened. We continued to shoot. We continued to do videos. We continued to shoot. A gentleman by the name of David Emanitier calls me for a video. I'm sick and disgusted of this industry, honestly, because I just lost a 6-figure income. Just lost a 6-figure income, but I'm seeing people that are in different companies still winning, still building, still just chilling. Like still, you a high school dropout and you got a Bentley, a Ferrari, you doing all of this and you a high school dropout. Cool, I love it. Keep inspiring everybody, but I'm gonna do these videos. David Emanitier calls me for a video. He says, you know what? I know that you're out of the industry, but I'm about to quit what I'm doing, making $8 million in 6 years. I'm about to do something different. I say, what are you about to do that's different? Because you made $8 million in 6 years. He said this, I believe that I'm about to make $1 million a month. Whoa, okay, cool. Doing what? He said, I want you to come film it. I want you to come record it because I'm gonna need it for opportunity presentation. I went over there for the check for the videos. However, I had to go back and edit the video. And he just kept saying this one thing. I can make money without having to recruit anybody or sell anything. That got me going. I got started. Now our team is over 43,000 individuals in our business. We have multiple 6- and 7-figure earners in our business. If I would have never picked up that camera to start shooting and I wasn't open-minded to tell Mr. David Emanitier yes, that I was going to be shooting for him, and then that business captivated me like it did, we would not be traded. We just did a free trial and we no more free trials. But we just exposed a group of about 1,000 people to a new way of making money. And I want to let you guys know this. If you've been praying for something, man, continue to pray. But I just want to let you know that an answer has showed up. It may not be the answer that you were looking for, but an answer has showed up. Now, you can do one of two things. You can run with it, or you can say, you know what? I'm going to wait for another answer. Now, hopefully you don't wait long enough because we don't know when the next answer is going to come. but an answer has just showed up. Now, I want you to get back to the person that got you onto this call and let them know that if you're a 1, 2, or 3, 1, like I said, this is not for you. 2, you got questions. Or 3, you're ready to run with us. If you're ready to run with us, definitely get back to us. Let them know that you're number 3. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. We're going to see you at the top because the bottom is too crowded. But we'll never look down on anybody unless we're willing to help them up. And always remember this, believing that you can is way more profitable than believing that you can't. Peace and love. Some people some days are other people's every days. If you tired of the only time you having money is during February, right when you know that financial freedom feeling that you feel when you just got your income tax, when you just got that government refund check, when you just got that $1,200, you feel like, oh, we can buy anything. Some people feel like that every single day. Peace.